Hi YouTube and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how you can set up your own website in just a few minutes. So you're going to need a few things to do this. You're going to want to use Visual Studio Code, and I'm going to use Google Gemini. Really, any AI will work for this. I know I talk a lot of smack on AI, but honestly, this is one use case where it really makes sense. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you want to do is make a new file called index.html and save that on your computer. And then we're going to simply have the AI make the website. Okay, so this is fairly simple. We just say make an HTML file that contains 3 content boxes, a header, a footer, and a sidebar. Give it an iOS 6 style look with a skeuomorphic buttons and textures. So we will simply send that to the AI. And as you can see, it's going to spit out a pretty complete HTML and CSS file. This is probably the easiest web development has ever been. So we're going to copy that and paste it into VS Code. You add live preview and it will let you see what your website looks like. So in this example, you can see this is the website that not ChatGPT, but Google Gemini generated for us. And you can see it's reactive. It does change its layout depending on, well, not really. So this is a good starting point, right? None of these buttons work. Yeah, these buttons don't work. And it doesn't react to being shrunk down to a mobile view. So in this case, I'm just going to say, hey, make it reactive and working in a mobile view. Also make the buttons clickable and give them a nice shiny animation when clicked. Okay, so we'll just send that prompt, and again, it's that easy. It's just going to spit out the HTML and CSS for us, and it's doing it way better and way faster than I could. Okay, so now we have this second version. I'm just going to copy that in there. And you can see it now has a mobile view and a desktop view. So that's pretty nice. And the buttons are buttons. Oh, there's a nice little shine effect on it. I guess I did ask for that. But yeah, it has buttons and they can do stuff. And yeah, it's a little website. So anyway, you would usually end up going back and forth with the AI a few times until you have it tweaked to your preference. So obviously I don't need to show you that, right? Because that's just going to be a few more rounds of going back and forth with Gemini. I do want to show you how to actually get this website online. We're going to use something called GitHub Pages. So what you do is you make a GitHub account and then you just create a new repo. We're going to call this video example. Give it a description of video example. Very creative. But you're going to want to keep it public. And I like to give mine the MIT license. Just because this basically enables other people to copy your work and use the code as they see fit. Now, this is a website, so it doesn't really matter too much if the repo is public, especially if it's just a simple static site like this. So we're going to create the repository, and then we're going to add a file. Now, you can very easily do this using Git. You would simply clone the repo, add the file to the repo, git commit, git push, and you'd be done. But I want to keep this simple because, you know, I want everybody to be able to make their own website. So I'm going to show you the easy, accessible way of doing it. You just make a new file, paste it in, name it index.html, commit changes. All right, and we've done the hard part. Now we're going to go to settings, zoom this in a little bit for you, and we're going to go down to pages. Now this is very straightforward. You take your branch, you make it main, you hit save, and that's it. That's all there is to it. So now we'll give this just a moment to cook, and when it's done cooking, we should be able to see our website on the internet. Okay, so I just refreshed the page and the site is live. Now you're going to see it gives you this default URL, this github.io URL. You don't have to keep that. In fact, if you're willing to, you can actually give a custom domain. So it would be just regular website.com or whatever instead of github.io. I'm not going to show you how to do that because it's kind of different across different service providers. Essentially what you want to do is GitHub has some documentation. They basically give you 4A records to make. So if we do ns lookup at Pat's private email, you'll see that I have the 4A records. Now this may be different for you, so make sure you look at the documentation before making your A records. But once you have that done, you'll have a custom domain. So let's visit the site, and there's your proof that it works. You now have your website. I think it has Dark Reader on it. Anyway, you now have your website. It looks like absolute trash, but it is yours. Why am I showing you all of this? I think it's very important that we start taking back the internet, right? Because right now it's dominated by 5 websites: YouTube, Netflix, Reddit, Twitter. And that's the internet, and it doesn't have to be that way. Here's a website that I made today that's just Pat's private.email. I made it just the same way I showed you now, and it's got all of my private contact information that I might want to make public. So you can see there's my private email, my Signal account, my PGP key, just making it easy for people to reach out to me in a secure way. There's more that you can do, like this is the website that I made for this channel. Go ahead and check it out at cybersecpat.com. And you can see all the source code on GitHub. It's open source. And yeah, I just think it's neat. I think it's neat that we can do this so easily now. And I hope that this inspires you to make your own website and make something cool. So anyway, my name is Patrick. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.